ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Amajal Knowles with your Saturday sports. Bahamian high jumper Donald Thomas with another stellar performance overseas, securing a win in the men's high jump at the IAAF Continental Cup in Ostrava. In a tight competition, Thomas beat out Australia's Brandon Stark, clearing a jump of 2.30 meters. The pair were given thorough jumps of 2.24 meters, producing clean score sheets until 2.27 meters, which Thomas, the 2007 world champion, sailed to clear on his first attempt, while Stark, this year's Diamond League champion, needed a second try before moving on. Thomas saying it is a different feeling representing the Bahamas internationally and all the continents. A good bounce back for Thomas, who finished 5th in the Diamond League finals in Brussels last month. Over the past few months, the Bahamas has hosted several professional teams, including the Miami Heat, the Washington Redskins, and more recently the Houston Rockets. According to recently appointed Sports Minister, the Honorable Anisha Roll, the Bahamas' sports brand is as strong as ever.
Basically, it says that we are on the move, and really is no stopping us now. You see what we are doing on the landscape as it relates to sports. Shawnee Miller and so many others, and our Bahamian athletes that are doing so well throughout the sporting arena. And so for us to have this team here today and other teams, it speaks volumes for the Bahamas, the confidence that the world has in our country and our ability to make our sun, sand, and sea and our hospitality work for them, and that they would feel at home and well rested to return and do very well for their countries and for their sports as well.
Rockets executives telling our news team that they hope that their relationship with the Bahamas can continue to grow. They hope to have more events here in the future. And speaking of the Rockets, star point guard Chris Paul says the team is looking forward to the season, especially after last year's tough loss to the eventual champion, the Golden State Warriors, after being up 3-2.
It's part of the game, you know what I mean? So for us, you can't dwell on it, you know what I mean? You remember, but you don't forget, you know what I mean? So I think that's why we're here, just trying to put that work in and grind and make sure that we're ready for this season. We added Melo, we got a few rookies or whatnot, and we added James ZNS. And that's what this trip is about, building, you know what I mean? Making sure that the first day of training camp, everybody not just like, what's up, nice to meet you. You know what I mean? Try to build a little of that camaraderie, and that's why we're so grateful to everyone hosting us, because I think we had a really good trip.
Senior Vice President Keith Jones saying the perennially tough Western Conference may be even tougher this year.
It's tough. It's a tough league. I mean, the worst teams in our league are really good. The worst team can beat you on a good night, so you don't know. You know, we're just blessed that we have the talent that we have, you know, with James Harden, with Chris Paul, now Carmelo Anthony, P.J. Tucker, you know, and everybody's chasing Golden State, you know, including us. Everybody's chasing the champions. We had a good run last year, you know, a couple little unfortunate incidents, and I think we could have been right there. I hope we do it again. You know, we're just going to go out every day and work harder to get better every day and just compete and have fun and just see what happens.
LeBron James now moves over to the West. I mean, it makes it even more hard.
The West is the West, man. It's tough. It's fun though. You know, that's what those guys thrive on, is competition. You know, it's funny. I mean, LeBron obviously probably the best player in the world. You know, and he comes to the West, comes to a team that has been struggling. Are they going to get better? Yeah, they're going to be better, you know, but everybody else in the West is going to get better. So it's going to be fun.
Well, track coach Marvin Darville getting some of his athletes ready for the upcoming high school track season. Instead of a typical session at the stadium, the Sunblazers coach took his budding track stars on the beach for some resistance training.
Actually, our second week of training, and so this is our off-season training. We're just going through our phases, so I like to start the kids off on surfaces that are not as hard as the track. It allows them to gradually progress. And so today we're in the water because we're offering some resistance, and they're able to relax the muscles at the same time.
Now, as for some notable names that are a part of the Sunblazers Track Club.
Today, Oscar Smith, he's a career athlete. He is also a part of the World Junior team this year. There's also India Cartwright. She was a silver medalist in the 400 hurdles at Carifta this year. There's Paige Stewart. She's an 11th grader now at QC, and she is one of the top girls in the under-17 division. Allison Taylor, She's in the under 20 girls, and she runs the distance event. So those are some of our notable athletes that are here.
Darville adding that he has some big expectations for them this season.
I'll tell you, I always set goals for these athletes, but at the same time, each athlete has to follow the goal form. And so we try to see if our goals can match, and we work towards them. And so where there are shortcomings, we try to adjust the program for each athlete. And so athletes that attain goals early, they have to reestablish new goals. So for me, I would like to see at least 5 of them make this year's Carifta team. And when I say make team, it's not just to be a part of the team, but to become medalists at the Carifta. And so I see about 5 of them making the team this year. And going forward, whatever other national teams, I think we have CAC age group this year. And so we are prepping some of our other athletes for that as well.
And a local Junkanoo group putting down the bells and picking up a ball. The Valley Boys Junkanoo group putting on an inter-organization basketball tournament, one of the many activities the group is set to hold to commemorate its 60th anniversary. Executive member Devon Brennan.
This year is the Valley Boys 60th anniversary, and we have a series of events commemorating and marking 60 years of excellence on Bay Street and being an organized Junkanoo group. What you see here today is just us getting together with different sections within the group. We have the bellers of a group, a team. We have the frontline dancers of a team, the brass of a team, the tom-tom drummers of a team, some of the bass drummers of a team as well. What we're doing is this tournament is actually one of those events for this year. We're commemorating the Valley Boys 60th anniversary. We're just celebrating, having fun.
Brennan adding, despite the close relationships of the different sections of the group, no love is definitely lost on the court.
This is high, this is intense, and anybody who is a Junkanoo will know that with anything with competition in Junkanoo, there's always a spirit of camaraderie and competition, and today is just no short of that. The bellers and the drummers go back and forward. We're playing now on the court now, and it's just that back and forward, a little trash talking, and we're just having a good time with it.
The championship games expected to take place tomorrow. And that's been a look at sports. A quick check on weather is up next.